So the intellectual gangster himself, Sam Harris, has made another appearance in one of the book recommendations here. It's called Waking Up. It's probably one of his best books. And it's basically a guide to spirituality without religion. And what I like about this book is he offers a spiritual framework to be able to operate within, to use for your life, which is in between a hardcore atheist who I tend to find them quite nihilistic and just materialist, but then also in between the average religious person who I feel approaches their religion, at least from a spiritual standpoint, in far too a superficial way, to the point where a lot of the teachings in their religion, they're interpreting them not as they were intended from a spiritual and mythological perspective. So I think Sam Harris beautifully strikes that sweet spot, which a lot of, unsurprisingly, Eastern philosophy, such as Buddhism, etc., falls under. And a lot of these principles he teaches in the book are things like mindfulness, are things like the mystery of consciousness, are things like being aware of the ego and transcending the ego. And he talks a lot about the lack of self, but I'll let him explain that one himself, because that's a complicated one. He talks a lot about the practices of meditation and how you can use that in your life. And as I said before, he gives you the ultimate framework of how to approach your own spirituality without something like religion, but also without going too far off the atheist cliff and sinking into nihilism and materialism. So amazing read, up there with one of his best books, and a highly recommended one, if I say so myself. So Waking Up by Sam Harris.